Would dethrone Zelina Vega as the United States champion. Zelina won the title off of Chelsea Green out of nowhere, and I was shocked, and I was pretty happy for Zelina because she definitely earned it. But as always, I'm going to do these videos like I do for most champions. I'm going to say 5 people who I think could potentially dethrone Zelina Vega as the Women's United States Champion. But before we get into the video, drop a big thumbs up down below. Hit the subscribe button. I'm on the road to 5 subscribers. Really appreciate that if we get there before the end of 2025. Anyway, let's hop into today's video. First person I got on this list is Michin. First, there's a couple reasons why I had Michin. Number one, they be pushing her. She's like one of the only people in the women's mid-card division. If you really think about that, she's one of the only people, and had multiple matches against Chelsea Green. Number two, I feel like something good could come out of Zelina versus Michin. I feel like some good matches could come out of it. I don't think we've ever seen them wrestle before. If we have, except that trip, I don't think we have seen them wrestle before. If we have, I don't remember it, but I'm sure it was decent for what it was. Number 3, I think Michin could be a great women's United States champion. I thought she could have had it at Saturday Night's main event and dropped it to Chelsea at WrestleMania, but we didn't get the women's mid-card championship. Both women's mid-card championships at WrestleMania, so yeah. Also, I feel like this could bring back Michin's prestigiousness as a wrestler. Because remember when they were building this championship up, and then Michin and Chelsea were the one people who were building this up, and Michin was the one being built up, and then all of a sudden, after she lost and had a bunch of matches against Chelsea, her stock in WWE kind of went down a lot, which is not good for her and stuff. But I do think eventually we could get to that scenario again where she's built up enough to win this championship, and I think she could make a nice little reign, have a nice little matches with this championship. If you go back to my farthest SmackDown review, you would see that I thought Michin was one of the best wrestlers on the women's roster in general. So if you go back to those videos, you can see that what I'm talking about. And yeah, so yeah, next up we got Julia. Julia just signed with the SmackDown roster, and I do think it's too early in her SmackDown main roster career to go straight for the world titles, because she's literally just signed with SmackDown. I think I know she's in that Money in the Bank qualifier, but I don't think she's gonna win it because Charlotte Flair's in there. But I think if we put her in the women's mid-card division, first off, it gives more bodies to the women's United States Championship, because there's basically nobody else in there except Chelsea Green and Michin and Zelina Vega. I think if we put her in the women's mid-card division, I think first off the division gets more prestigious and more elevated with her in it, because we've seen what her career outside WWE is and her NXT career, even though her NXT career is like a couple months. It was not that long. We saw what she could do in the what's it called? The division down in NXT. I think she could also have great matches with the championship as well. Great championship defenses. Also, I'm pretty sure she would have great. Also, I feel like there could be a potential her being the greatest women's United States champion. If she has a perfect reign, if she has like the perfect stuff like that, I think she could have a really good reign. And I feel like she could add prestigiousness to this championship, like how Becky Lynch is doing right now. I feel like she could add some type of prestigiousness to this championship, which I think would very, very be good about this championship. So I think it would be W's to have Julia as the champion and have her in this division. Next up, we got Charlotte Flair. Now, hear me out. I already know I'm hearing boos, boo. Think about it. It's a new championship. Charlotte Flair has never held it. And technically, all the women are no longer Grand Slam champions because they added mid-card division, mid-card titles, and You need a mid-card championship. You need all the championships in a woman, so you need both mid-card champions to become a Grand Slam champion. And I think Charlotte Flair could, hear me out, add a little bit prestigiousness to this championship. Because it's Charlotte Flair. She's one of the biggest wrestling names in wrestling ever. She's a 14-time women's champion, or 14-time world champion, and she could. I don't know. I wouldn't say maybe. I don't know. I feel like she could have. We've seen Charlotte Flair have good matches before, but we don't know currently because people say she's washed. Maybe she is washed, but we don't really know that right this second because we've seen that her last match with Tiffany was not a good match. I'm telling you that much. But maybe have her go after a different title. Also, it's Charlotte Flair, and there's a new championship. So, of course, WWE is obviously going to put this new title on Charlotte Flair one way or the other. It's going to happen sooner rather than later. I can tell you that much. And I'm just going to tell you that maybe WWE, maybe this is like a resort call. Maybe they really need this title. They have the procedures. Throw it on Charlotte. Put her against people that we already know she can have good matches with, not Tiffany Stratton. Put her against people that she has chemistry with. Let's be completely honest. She did not have no chemistry with Tiffany Stratton whatsoever. But I think she could do something with this championship. And I know people are going to hate this. I even hate this for somewhat of it. I don't think we should give this title to her, but if we have to, we have to. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think it's a last-ditch effort. Next up, we got Kiana James. Now, newer fans probably don't know who this is. And people who haven't just started getting into wrestling, probably don't know who she is. But she got drafted in the 2024 WWE draft for the Monday Night Raw roster. She's been injured for most of her time in the main roster, so she hasn't really got. Can't recall a match she had on the main roster. But I don't think it was good at anything. At least, don't think it was good. But you could technically, since no one really knows her that much on the main roster, you can move her to SmackDown and have her in the women's mid-card division. You could also do the same thing on Raw, but I think put her to SmackDown. But maybe Raw's a better option. But put her on SmackDown. Put her in this championship division. Like, give her the championship division, and maybe it would be. This would be a very interesting person to dethrone Zelina. I don't think I would like it per se, because honestly, I don't even know what's her in-ring style. I don't even know what her finisher is. Like, I know her, her gimmick is basically being an accountant, but I feel like we could change that up, because nobody honestly remembers what she does. Because she's wrestled, over a year at this point, so I mean, literally just change her character. Make her a babyface or heel, whatever you guys want. Put her on SmackDown. Give her in this Women's United States Championship division. Do something with it. And maybe she could be one of the best Women's United States Champions of all time. And we don't know that because she's been injured. And apparently she's coming back soon. But I don't know when that is. Honestly, I think she should have been released over Dakota Kai. That's my decision. I think that would be a better decision than what we got with Dakota. But it's fine. You know, it's fine. Heck, we could have Shayna Baszler in the women's. Never mind. But yeah, I think this could be something very, very interesting, and we could get something very out of it. Also, I feel like this title could build up her as one of the future stars in the company, maybe. I think it would be. I think she could really benefit from it. I think she can become one of the best women wrestlers on, just buy this championship. I think this could also give her a better boost in energy, confidence, and this would just be a better overall for her in general. And I think she would find a new, maybe superstar, new mega superstar or something out of Kiana James from this United States Championship run if she could dethrone Zelina Vega. So I feel like that would be interesting, not to say the least. So yeah. Next up, and I'm pretty sure the last one, is Piper and Niven. And you're probably saying, where's Chelsea Green? Where's Chelsea Green? You're not getting Chelsea Green because I think she's done with the women's championship. I think she's going for the world championship because stuff. I don't know. I feel like she just needs to go after the world championship, because I feel like we all would love a world championship in Chelsea Green. But Piper Niven could benefit from the United States Championship. Hear me out. Piper Niven had that mega push around this time last summer, because Clash of the Castle was at Scotland. She faced Bayley in that great women's championship match, and I think that proves she deserves a championship ring, a proper singles championship ring. I think if we throw the championship on her, it could elevate her, show people why she should be on WWE, why she should be one of the top women in WWE, why she could be a women's world champion sooner rather than later. And I think she could elevate this title, or this title could elevate her, like it could elevate Kiana James. And I think also, I feel like Piper Niven could put on some good, decent matches with this championship. She could have feuds. Maybe this is how we get a Piper Niven turn on Chelsea Green, because I feel like eventually that has to happen, right? And they go in a feud, big blood feud. The Women's United States Championships on the line there. Chelsea Green versus Piper Niven. I feel like it could benefit both of them. Also, I feel like it could benefit the title on being a big blood feud, because we haven't really seen any feuds per se with the Women's United States Championship. Not even really neither of the women's mid card, except we kind of started to see that with the Women's Intercontinental Championship with Lyra versus Becky. But I think this could be something we could see in the next couple of months. We could see Piper Niven get this push for the Women's United States Championship. And yeah, you are 5 people who I think could dethrone Zelina Vega. Put it in the comments below if you think there's more people or other people you think have a better chance of dethroning Zelina. What do you guys think about my predictions down in the comments below? As always, have a beautiful rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Bye.